Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more The Turing Test. We have another restricted area here. What does this one look like? Huh. Oh, is that sensing me? When I come close, it turns off. Ah. So I don't have the means to solve this yet. Okay. So far, the restricted areas have been kind of things that there's not a whole lot I can do.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself.
How does a computer construct itself? Alright, well anyway. Go ahead and do that. Just seems like a fairly simple puzzle, but it's giving us... Alright.
Have you heard of the Turing Test, Ava? It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human. In the original Turing Test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing Test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation. Wouldn't you say?
Okay. There was something up there. See what's going on. Along that catwalk. I don't know if we have access to that or not. So we've got several bridges here. These look like kind of constant. Okay. Not clear on what that is powering. Alright, so that bridge allows us to come across here, but then that bridge is turned off. What is the point of that? And then how do we get the battery across with the bridge? Aha. Then you can't take that because, yeah, okay. So what we need to do, we need to take the battery, we need to put it here. Leave it. And I think I know what I need to do. I'm just not really clear. It's where that other... There's two lines here. One up that way, but it's not clear on where that's going to. Before I make any rash decisions here, I want to see what else is going on here. We got another bridge. Jeez. Okay. Well, let's take one thing at a time. Okay, that disabled the bridge. Bad. We needed that bridge, but I think we'll be okay, because there we go. And then we grab this. Do that. Come over here so we can grab the battery. There we go. Now the problem is getting across. There's not a reason why we would need to go over that way, but I can see. Yeah. I don't know what the purpose of this door is. There isn't one. Okay. Okay, grab the battery. Place it in here. Grab that, put it there. Okay, and there's our puzzle. Alright, we haven't found that one puzzle that makes you...
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard that story. Okay. I've heard of the Turing test before, but I hadn't heard that story. Okay. Alright, so that's just another mechanic. So when
In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
Okay. So, I've obviously missed something here, because I do not know what to do after this point. So I get that we're supposed to cross here. Run across. Here we go. Now what? Oh, you bastard. Go, 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 go. There we go. All right.
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
This doesn't look good. By the way, I think I placed that voice. Reminds me of the AI voice in Ghost in the Shell, I think. A little bit. Alright, this is gonna kill me, right? Oh, no. So it breaks the line for a very brief second. Okay. Not sure how that affects anything. Ah. It was just demonstrating the point to me. Okay, so we need to transfer that energy. But that is blocking. Oops. Okay, so this is that one puzzle, I think. There's no other power source that I'm aware of. There's no way to hold both of those open that I'm aware of. What do we have here? Aha! I want to be able to get this power back, though, right? Maybe able to accomplish that. Because that one I should be able to reach like so. But how do I reach it? Aha, okay, through the window. Got it. All right. Wasn't too bad, I guess. Next.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Noticed. I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? Alright, so my suspicion that this might be a means of keeping Tom out might be correct. What does it say? Don't touch this is the 5th time. Don't touch this is the 5th time. Alright. Kind of hard to tell what's going on in there. I already have forgotten the crew members' names, but we know somebody died. I think Chris died? Chris died. Chris. Okay. See if we can read this. 1 capsule per 12 hours orally. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Drilling report. Okay, on a roll. I don't think there's a way for me to zoom in at all. Guy likes his pencils. Huh. Getting a little suspicious with some of what's going on here. Now, it doesn't say what this is for. So we're not really sure what's going on with those pills and whether or not that's significant. Can't pick up these pieces of paper, whatever they are. All right. Oh, it looks like we can go in all of their quarters. I may be overanalyzing things. All right, so this person's a neat freak. Also lots of pencils. Okay, dear Tom. Knowing that you're always watching, I thought I would write you a letter. As you no longer reside in my mind, I've decided to transfer my thoughts to text. No longer reside in my mind? That doesn't sound good. I want to do so in the form of a history lesson. A lesson that perhaps you'll find condescending, but it's likely more for my sake than yours. Alan Turing is considered a father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Perhaps a lesser-known part of his life was his contributions to the field of biology. Why do you suppose his interests lay in those disparate fields? I assume it was because he believed the world to be logical and understandable. He was a mathematician. He seemed to believe that the great complexity of the universe could be explained with simple rules. 2 years before his suicide in 1952, Alan Turing developed something called reaction diffusion systems. Inside the academic world, this work is cited more than his work on computers. It can be generally formalized as one-line equation. And there it is. Okay. Oh, there's more. I'm no mathematician, however. In plain English, this equation describes things that wish to diffuse, however, also react with each other during this process. I'm sure this sounds strange to you, or at the very least tangential to our lives here on Europa. What relevance does it have to anything here? Reaction diffusion systems show how patterns are created. They show how the leopard gets its spots and how the zebra, lost my space there, zebra got its stripes. But my real interest here is Turing's interest. That nature can be formalized, that we can understand the natural world in mathematical terms. Turing created the test to answer the question, can a machine impersonate a human? The intrigue behind that being, can the human mind be simulated by machine? Why ask that question? To prove that the human mind is a machine. I'm not sure that is Turing's opinion, however. Concerning consciousness, he states, okay, we've got a lot going on here, but okay. According to the most extreme form of this view, the only way by which one could be sure that a machine thinks is to be the machine and to feel oneself thinking. One could then describe these feelings to the world. But of course, no one would be justified in taking any notice. Likewise, according to this view, the only way to know that a man thinks is to be that particular man. If the human mind exists within the physical world, it obeys the same rules of physics and chemistry as every other thing in the world. Therefore, like all of nature, it is merely reactive. It is curious that nature would create, through the mechanics of determinism, creatures that believe that they have free will. Conversely, I suppose, if we conclude that we are all machines, we only came to this conclusion in a predetermined manner. We cannot claim credit for our discovery, as it is just a product of nature's genius, not our own. A humbling idea, I think, behaviorism. Maybe we are more similar than we think. Okay. But definitely that gives us an idea that something is going on with Tom here. Oh. She's on it too. Huh. Okay. Definitely the mental health. There we go. More pills. What is this? Motion sickness relief. She's on a station on the planet. Why would you need motion sickness? Okay. That's obviously different than whatever this is, which it's not telling us what it is. Alright, another thing. Hi, Matthew. We've been studying organism 119. Please find attached scanning electron microscope image, which appears to show, I don't know what that word is, P-list formation, I guess? We hypothesize that this is a stress response due to high levels of radiation. We plan to infect a human cell line with organism 119 and perform irradiation experiments with flow cytometry. Would this be appropriate? It would be great if you could get the department to look at the SEM image. Kind regards, whatever. Okay. This is the response. Possibly, or... Alright. Hey, Soichi. It was great to see the image. Wow. Yet more complex life on Europa. Okay. Scientific name. I'm not going to bother reading. Might be worth looking at as it survives very high levels of radiation here on Earth. Similarly, you should consider looking at another scientific couple names. Procedures pill in response to radiation and use them to transfer DNA. Perhaps your organism uses a similar mechanism. Have you considered that organism 119 is transferring or scavenging DNA as a method of surviving radiation. As you well know, in terms of radiation, Europa receives stuff per day, over 300,000 times the level on Earth. The organism must have evolved such a high resistance to radiation as a necessity of survival. That said, the radiation beneath the Thera macular is much lower due to the thick ice crust. Radiation experiments with flow cytometry sound like an appropriate course of action. Okay. Hi, Matthew. We have attached an image confirming that organism 119 attaches to human cells. We will proceed with irradiation experiments on these cells. We propose naming organism 119 Europa radiophilus. What do you think? Okay. How long does this go on? Jeez. Okay. All right. So to Matthew again. Hi, Matthew. We have now run the irradiation experiments and can confirm that it does indeed seem to confer resistance to radiation. See attached. We assume survival is due to DNA damage repair. We tag various DNA repair enzymes with GFP and have found that the DNA double-strand break repair is occurring. Okay. Isoichi, something's amiss. We don't know what is performing the repair. The lab doesn't know how it could repair DNA. Have you considered that another organism may be in a symbiotic relationship? Perhaps a virus. Okay. We ran a PCR on the human cells exposed to it to see if there was a virus present. We have discovered an unknown virus which we have named unknown Europa virus. All right. Okay, this is phenomenal. You need to sequence that. We finished sequencing it, data attached. It's a virus unlike any we have ever seen. Maybe we have found a cure for whatever that is, a form of biological immortality. We are running some long-term tests on plants and mice to see the effects. The plants are clearly exhibiting longer lifespans when exposed to the organism. We don't have the facilities here to continue testing. We are going to, on to human testing. We are going to use ourselves as subjects. It's the only way to accelerate progress. I kind of saw that coming. Virus. Ugh. Okay. Wow, more stuff. All right, well, you know what? I think I'm going to call this video to a close, and I'll look at some of this other messages and rooms here in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.